Hello, my name is Marley Small, and I will be talking about the social learning theory through the video game Slender Man. Now, for actually the social learning theory, it actually means how to basically we view and observe other people's actions and we tend to mimic whatever they do. Either through a positive light, we may copy and mimic what they have done with their actions and do that in the future for our own selves, or we learn by their mistakes in a sense. So the actual founder, Albert Bandura, he actually went to Stanford University as a psychologist and a very smart person. He created a Bobo doll. Now, the Bobo doll, according to Rosenberry and Victor, state that the children who saw the doll treated aggressively, they behaved in an aggressive manner as well. Now, this proved the point of the whole social learning theory in a whole. One of the pros with the social learning theory is that we are able to learn from other people's mistakes. As I said, if someone tends to cheat on a test and then they get caught, then we will learn probably not to do that, since we are observing how other people take on actions with themselves, and then we can use that into the future. So it gives us a benefit. However, a con to the social learning theory is that we'll become pretty lazy about situations and we may rely on others, which we shouldn't be doing, because we need to know how to respond to our own actions and life events that happen in today's day and age. So we should take on our own situations that happen. The social learning theory, I truly think that it corresponds well with the video game Slender Man that was created in 2012 through mobile devices and through PC gaming. Actually, the whole character was created on creepypasta, which is something that a lot of people who love the internet go to, and they read a bunch of stories in more forums. Now, according to Parkinson, Slender Man is depicted as a mythical creature, often tall, thin figure wearing a black suit and a blank face. Also, the main premise of this video game is to collect 8 notes, and you're trying not to get caught from the actual character Slender Man. Now, if you do get caught, well, that's game over, and then you have to restart. It's not too terrible if you think about it, but at the same time, it sucks when you lose a game. Now, it makes children and young adults very curious about this character because he's so mysterious and we want to know more about him even though he is not real in a sense. One of the main instances that happened with the Slender Man, the actual video game, is that in Waukesha, Wisconsin, there were 3 girls and they were all at a sleepover. The victim being Peyton Lunar and the 2 attempted murderers, Anissa Weir and Morgan Geyser. They were all trying to play a game of hide and go seek. But as the whole sleepover went through, things started to become a little weird. According to Morgan, one of the attempted killers, she lifted her plaid jacket. She lifted her plaid jacket to show Anissa what she had tucked into her waistband, a steak knife from the kitchen. Anissa was not surprised. They had talked about this moment for months. Now, with this, that is very interesting due to them being only 12 years old of age. And what happened through the sleepover is that when they were playing the innocent game of hide and go seek, Morgan and Anissa basically overcame Peyton, and they stabbed her 19 times with that steak knife from the kitchen. Due to how Slender Man uses his actions, he wanted his followers to do what he was doing in the video games. So basically, children were mimicking the actions that possibly this character was doing. The character would stalk people. He would most likely just try and scare younger audiences with the music being in the actual video game and everything else in that matter. With a Morgan and Anissa, however, if they wanted to be with Slenderman, um, they actually had to kill a life, an innocent life, or try to, or else their families would be dead, according to Slenderman talking to them in a sense. But of course, that was not true due to this being a fictional character. With the social learning theory, it is time for us to mimic others based on other observations that is made through our day-to-day lives or through what we do. And from the Slender Man, children wanted to mimic what Slenderman was doing so then they could be part of a group. Due to younger audiences, they wanted to make sure that they were part of something in life, because it's very difficult when you're young. You're trying to get into clubs and everyone wants to be a part of something, and Slenderman was that for them. But in a sense, it truly just backfired on them, since they had to suffer with severe consequences in the end. And Peyton, fortunately, is still alive, even though she was stabbed 19 times. And a bystander bicyclist actually called 911 while she was crawling out of the forest. But I hope you enjoyed my video for my oral presentation, and I hope everyone has a happy holidays.